Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. Today, we are going to make a video of our group discussion 6, which is our last discussion. This is for the LAX. We are from LAX2047, Poetic Society, Group 28, and this is our last discussion. Before we start with our group discussion, we are going to introduce ourselves first. Hi, my name is Muhammad Nazri bin Muhammad and my matric number is 197276.
Hi, my name is Nuri Syara binti Muhammad Ali. My matric number is 196033.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurhuda binti Ismail. My matric number is 196135.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Muhammad Iqbal bin Muhammad Zain. My matric number is 195973.
Hello and hi. My name is Siti Nur Azhar binti Muhammad Zulkifli. My matric number is 198216.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Amirul Daniel bin Jasmi. My matrix number is 199143. So for this our last discussion.
Okay, for today, we are
Okay. Proceed Nazri.
you.
Okay.
Proceed Nazri.
Okay. It's okay. Let me proceed. Okay, so for today's last discussion, we have to discuss about all of our poems, which is we have 4 poems, and we should roughly discuss and choose which one is the best. So for first this poem, we have coronavirus. Next, about humanity. Next, education, and last, corruption. So maybe who want to start briefly discuss about coronavirus? Just a short discussion. Please.
Okay, so for the first poem that we create is the topic is about health, and we choose to talk about coronavirus. And the poem itself consists of the effect of coronavirus and how it makes our life change our life and everything. And what we want to show in the poem is that how coronavirus actually affect us as a student and mostly affect the world right now. So I think that's all about the coronavirus, the poem about the coronavirus. So anyone want to add more? Azi or Huda?
I want to add something. At that poem, we talk about how sad we are because we can do anything and we just need to follow the SOP and just stay at home because the virus is everywhere and we can see it. So yeah, we just want to tell how sad we are because of the coronavirus.
Next, maybe I will explain a little bit about the next poem, which is the second poem under the human rights, which is for this poem entitled "Of Christ of Humanity." Okay, for this poem, generally, what I can explain is about the terrorism and violence of the dictator, which is oppressed against the innocent one, which is generally about my poem that I made. And this poem actually want to show to the people, wants to give them a little bit about motivation, which is they can be used whenever they cannot use violence for anything they want to do. Okay, about others, do you want to add about this poem?
I think the issues about the human rights are very well known, which is right now. It's happened at Palestine, and we can show that this poem is very well showing that how the war and the basic human rights are being known. And yeah, Other than that, what about the others poem? Do you want to add anything?
From what I understand, this poem taught us, let ask us to think, is this the humanity that we want? Is this the life that we want? So it's more about ask us to prevent the war, because war give us more negative from positive. That's all. If there's not anything, we can proceed to third poem. If you guys want to
Then
add.
we can proceed to the next poem.
Okay, so for the next poem, the topic that we choose is about education. So maybe Aziz want to add anything about the poem, Aziz? Okay. Okay, I will I will explain about the poem. So in the poem, we told about how important education is and why we have to take education seriously, and how actually education help us in the future. And I think that that's the main point of our poem, why we want to push the reader about the poem is about the importance of education. So Huda, if you want to add anything, you can add.
The poem is about what education truly is, which is we try our best to relate the education with us, because we as a student, of course, we are related to education and we are feel so close with that topic. So I think, yeah.
So education is important, because without education, we can grow ourselves, our country to the next level of development. So do you guys have anything to add before I proceed to our last poem?
That's all.
Okay, that's all. So we'll briefly talk about my last poem, which is corruption. So in this poem, what the writer want to share is he want to say that the corruption is the common thing that have occurred in our society, in the community, and it is spread like a virus, and this is a not good culture. It is a toxic culture, and we have to avoid this. We have to prevent this. So we should fight this, whatever it is, because the effect will affect not only who's involved, but those who not involved in this corruption will also get the bad effect. So that's the main point from this poem. So that's all from the poem. Iqbal, Nazri, you have anything to add? You can do so.
I think I want to add something about the corruption poem, which is we know that based on the poem, if you remember, it's just about the generally about the corruption. The second paragraph is also tell us about the ways or way for us to solve this or fight against this corruption. I think this is going to be a good poem for people, or especially for younger ones, to use as a lesson, so that they will not use corruption whenever they lead for a country or any high society. How about you, Nazri? Do you want to add?
I totally agree with both Amir, Daniel, and Iqbal. The corruption is very, very dangerous to the society, and it's become like, based on the poem, it's like the termite that going to eat little by little, and then it's going to be big.
So I think that's all from Nazri. So I think we can choose what the best poem that we will use. So I will give the chance to you guys first. What do you guys think are the best poem from our 4 poems?
Personally, I think that I like education, what group 1 make the poem, because the poem teach us that education not only in university but in our daily life. We learn something every day. So that's why I think that I prefer education, but I don't know you guys.
Okay, so for me, I would like to choose a poem from my group, which is the topic of health, which is the poem we talk about the coronavirus, because as we know, the coronavirus is something that familiar to us. So the poem, actually, the poem is so close to us. So it's kind of everyone can relate to the poem, right? So I think something that we can relate is a good poem because we can actually feel the poem, you know. Okay, I think that's my opinion. So, Huda, or do you have your opinion?
Mm, I agree with you, Ira. As we know, day by day the cases is increased. Even though I have a lot of friends in UPM that positive coronavirus, so I think this is a serious issue or a big issue for me, and I think everyone that read the poem will remember this poem forever. I think because yeah, you know that coronavirus affected our life so much. So I think the best poem is about coronavirus.
Okay, for me personally, you guys have a good opinion regarding your poems. But personally, for me, I think the war poem or humanity is the best and related issue that rational issue that we can relate with nowadays. Because as Nazri mentioned before, the current issue at Palestine with the Israel attack, this is a very, I think, very good form to for us to establish or to focus on, because uh, from this form our people, not only from Muslim, Malaysian, but also in the other country, will aware about this war or human rights, and this is also about common sense. So I think this is the right choice for the best form. What about others?
Okay, for me, I really agree with Amiro Daniel's opinion to choose about the humanity poem, which is about the war, because as also what Amiro Daniel mentioned, actually the current issue happened across the world, not just in Malaysia, all across the world. It's about the war against Palestine with the Israel. I think the use of this poem, the function, if we publish this kind of poem, also can give the awareness, increase the awareness amongst people, society, about the issue happen, so that they can choose, or maybe choose the right side, which is not against the violence. Okay, that's for my opinion. How about you, Nazri?
I totally agree with Iqbal and Aradana. Personally, the poem about the war, which is it's based on the basic human right, where the people need to be lived in peacefully. There's no war to be held, and to see with the current situation. Personally, I convinced that the poem that written by Iqbal is very showing that the real light that happened on the situation where there are many kids are being tortured and women are being killed and all stuff.
So
So I
Um,
think our poem, our group two poem, is the best to represent the current situation, which is the global, and it came to the limelight that this poem can be give awareness, as Iqbal said. What about others? Do you want to argue about it?
After I heard your opinion, I think I want to change my dedication, which is I think your poem is the best because yeah, I know that now everyone is talking about the war. So I think this issue is bigger than the coronavirus itself. So I think the poem about the war is the best poem, which is everyone will remember it because yeah, related to everyone, not just us, but to other people also.
How about you, Aziz? You want to add anything before I decided about my before I share my opinion?
I think we know what majority opinion. So I think that about Palestine is major that we choose, right?
So I think that we all agree about choosing the humanity poem as our best poem, and I also agree with with the poem, because after I heard about all the your opinion, I think it's the best poem that we can choose, because it's really related and it's a current issue. It's a global issue, and everyone have to know about it. And actually, writing a poem about humanity and human rights issue, talking about war, actually can open the eyes of the world. They can see what the effect of the war, So I think we already decided we want to choose the poem of the topic of humanity as our best poem. So I think we already decided. So that's all.
Yeah,
You want to add?
no, I just want to add that's all from us. I think
That's all.
that's all.
Okay.
We have decided what the best, and yes, the majority have agreed that the best one is about humanity or war. So that's all from us, I think. So thank you for your cooperation along our LAX from the experience. Get to know you guys, your opinions, and so on. So yeah, I don't want to cry, but thank you and see you soon.
It's okay, Amira. It's okay.
And I would also like to say thank you to everyone for the ideas of the poem, and giving their time writing the poem and sharing their ideas here, and their opinion here. So I think that's all for our last group discussion. So thank you guys. I hope to see you guys after the coronavirus end. So thank you. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye.